Why aren't you confident? Why can't you go speak to the pretty girl? Why do you feel like everyone's talking about you? I used to be afraid of people too. I used to allow people to disrespect me. I would constantly apologize for everything, even if it wasn't my fault. If someone was mad at me or didn't like me, I would assume that I did something wrong to deserve it. It was never their fault in my mind. It was always something that I must have done. If someone would get in my face or yell at me, my heart would beat really, really fast. My head would become hot and heavy. I had a physical reaction to confrontation, but something changed. I did become confident eventually. So how did I do it? How did I learn to have confidence? I read a book called The Confidence Gap. One of the thoughts in the book says insecurity is normal. And we're taught today that if you're insecure, that something is wrong with you, that you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, or you're mentally unwell, or you need to be on meds, or whatever the case is. But that's actually not true. Fear and insecurity is built into every human mind. Unless you're a psychopath, you're going to be afraid of new people, because new people, you don't know. And you're nervous with attractive people because if they reject you, then you can't reproduce. So that fear is built into you. Well, how do you get over that fear then? If the fear is built into us, why aren't we all nervous? Why does anybody date? How can anybody date? How can anyone make friends? How can anyone speak in public? How can anyone have a backbone? The actions of confidence come before the feelings of confidence. If you're afraid of social situations, or you're afraid of members of the opposite sex, the way you get over it is by encountering it again and again and again. And confrontation too. If confrontation makes you nervous, if it makes your voice shake, do it anyway. You don't have to obey your feelings. If you do it again and again and again, you speak your mind when you feel you need to, when you feel that you've been wronged, regardless of how afraid you are, regardless of how much you slur your words or how bad at it you are. And if you continue and continue and continue, you will get good at it. And the same thing with approaching people, like talking to an attractive stranger. You're going to do it badly many, many, many times. You're going to see somebody that you want to talk to that's attractive. You're going to go up and talk to them, and it's going to be awkward. It's going to be wooden. You know, you're going to want to fly away. Not going to feel natural at all. But the more you do it, the better you'll get. You have to willing to be the fool. And you will get better at it. You will. I promise you, immediately. As soon as you face your fear, regardless of the outcome, which the outcome's probably not going to be good. Just saying. The first tens and dozens of times, the outcome's probably not going to be good. But you do it anyway. And you will feel better than you've ever felt. In the moment when you're having that uncomfortable interaction with whoever, you're going to want to fly out of your skin. You're going to be terrified. But just keep it up and you will feel better. Immediately afterwards, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. You're going to want to jump, literally. You're going to feel such a high from it that you can't even describe. You're going to feel so strong. And then if you continue to do it again and again, and you know that you can handle yourself and whatever happens, that you're going to be all right, that's where the confidence, the feeling of confidence comes from. The feeling of confidence does not come from the guarantee of success. The feeling of confidence comes from knowing that you can handle situation, and regardless of the outcome, you're going to be all right. And the feeling of confidence comes from overcoming yourself, overcoming your feelings. And regardless of what the other person does or how the other person reacts, you're going to feel way, way, way better that you did your part and you went against your fear. That's what's going to help you. It's like one time I saw a pretty girl and I went up to talk to her and she said, "No, thank you," and walked away. And in that moment, it hurt. But probably a few minutes after, I felt so good. I was like, man, I went up and I tried to talk to her. I got out of my comfort zone. And the more you do it, you will feel confident. And then it won't be such a chore for you. It will get easier and easier as time goes on. I want to close with a verse from the Bible, Job 12:12. With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. So if you continue to practice what is hard for you, then you will gain understanding as time goes on. Time is your friend if you use it right. So just do the difficult thing. You're not going to feel confident at first, but I promise you, if you get out of your comfort zone, then you will feel strong. I used to never talk to new people, and now I talk to new people all the time, and I'm always making friends. And I'm known as a pretty social guy now. Thank you.